Welcome to another edition of Samford Baseball as the red, white, and blue of Samford U gets Game 2 of the weekend series against the Indiana Hoosiers underway in a few minutes. James Hardy with you once again for Samford Baseball as they look to even the series after dropping the opening game 10-5 last night. It'll be Mikhail Kazanov for Samford going against Brian Hobby, the right-handed pitcher for Indiana. As we're about ready for the national anthem, let's go ahead and take our first time out, and we'll have first pitch and starting lineups after this on the Sanford Sports Network.
This is Lauren. These are her first roommates, her first car, and her very first health insurance plan, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. Even at her age, she's not taking her health for granted. Her affordable health plan includes a routine annual checkup, apps, and programs that fit her lifestyle. Lauren may be just starting out, but with us, she's already got peace of mind. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters. Find out how we can cover you for the first time.
From Jolie Griffin Field, a beautiful Saturday afternoon on this first weekend of March here in the Magic City of Birmingham. James Hardy with you once again as Blake Gardner getting ready for second. For the Hoosiers, Sowers, Lloyd, and Feynman in the middle of the order, 4 through 6. As the 1-0 misses the strike zone 2-0. Then bottom third, 7 through 9, Matheny, Butler, and Houston. Kazanov winds and deals a swing and a miss on the change of pace. 2-1 the count, 2 outs, nobody on base, as we'll get the defensive alignment for the Bulldogs of Sanford here in just a minute. 2-1. Grounded to the left side, backhanded by Fryman, makes the throw across, close play, and that is in time to retire the side. A bang-bang play and a great athletic play over deep in the 5-6 hole for Brandon Fryman as he makes the Ozzie Smith-like jump throw all the way to first on one hop, and a good snag on the receiving end by Austin Edens to retire the side. So a good start for the red, white, and blue of Samford U defensively. No runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the bottom of the first inning. We'll take the timeout. No score on the Sanford Sports Network.
Human beings can be hungry anytime they please. Maybe you messed up and didn't eat enough lunch. Perhaps dinner is very far away. It doesn't matter. Come to Arby's and solve your hunger problems with dollar sliders, cookies, small-sized fries, drinks, and shakes, each for $1 from 2 to 5 p.m., not a.m. Arby's, we have the meats.
The madness begins here. Make sure you're at the U.S. Cellular Center in Asheville, North Carolina, March 2nd through 6th for the 2017 SoCon Basketball Championships presented by General Shale. You don't want to miss the action as your favorite SoCon teams compete for a championship and a berth in the NCAA tournament. Book your travel and tickets by logging on to SoConTravel.com or by contacting the U.S. Cellular Center box office. Madness begins here. Get your tickets today.
A preview of spring weather in the few weeks ahead, remaining until the official start of spring on the 2017 calendar. 66 degrees under mostly sunny skies here in Homewood. James Hardy with you No score as Samford retired the Hoosiers in order thanks to the pitching of Mikhail Kazanov and the solid fielding, especially from shortstop Brandon Fryman. It's time to flip over the scorecard and give you today's Samford starting lineup. Casey Dunn will bring out this starting lineup. TJ Dixon, the leadoff batter in center field. Brandon Fryman, the shortstop, batting second. In left field, Kevin Williams Jr. batting third. Cleanup batter Austin Edens at first. Batting fifth at second base, Troy Dixon. Ayrton Schaefer, the DH, batting sixth. Jordan Fusey in right, batting seventh. Anthony Mulrine batting eighth. And the catcher, and batting ninth, the third baseman, Taylor Garris. They'll all be going against Brian Hobby, 0-1, the right-handed hurler for the Indiana Hoosiers. Hobby winds and fires, first pitch swinging, and a fly ball shallow left field as coming in, and making the one-handed grab will be Krupa for the first out of the inning. Right on cue, we'll go ahead and give you the rest of that defensive alignment. In addition to Krupa in left field, Didolo in center, and Sowers in right, the Hoosiers outfield. Along the infield, Miller at third, Houston at shortstop, Butler at second, and Lloyd at first with Matheny behind home plate. Inside on the fastball for Hobby as the count goes to 1-0. For Brian Hobby, this is his third appearance and third start of the season. The 1-0. Drops low, 2-0. A big day for Scott Padgett and the Sanford men's basketball teams. They won last night in fairly convincing fashion over VMI in the opening round of the SoCon tournament. The 2-0. Just on the inside corner, a fastball, 2-1. They'll take on the second-seeded Furman Paladins up in Asheville, North Carolina for the second round of the SoCon men's basketball tournament. 2-1. Lined on one hop to the third baseman. Miller throws across the diamond in time. 2 up and 2 down for Hobby for Indiana. Tip-off for Sanford men's basketball will be at 5 o'clock. Good buddy Blake Gardner will have the call back. I would bet is already getting ready, if not already ready and raring to go as far as behind the microphone up in Asheville, North Carolina today. Off-speed pitch in there to Kevin Williams Jr. Now this time of the year, at least for me, always an exciting part of the year. March Madness, you've got the baseball and softball seasons getting into full gear. As the off-speed pitch in there, strike two. Also, this is not the only event happening on this campus. Right behind, or at least to my right, in the Pete Hanna Center, the Gulf South Conference men's basketball tournament in NCAA Division II, having their championships this weekend. The 0-2. Low and away. And once upon a time when I was calling football games, when New England Patriots cornerback Malcolm Butler was playing down at West Alabama, and I was doing the football and basketball. Always looked forward to coming up to Sanford for the GSC tournament every March. The 1-2 is swung on and popped up into shallow center field. Going out the shortstop, trying to battle the sun, and good job of him of concentrating for Houston to make the catch and retire the side. What you would have thought might have been a routine grab, not always so with that high sun, but it'll go as a routine grab in the scorebook, and that'll do it for Sanford in the bottom of the first. Nothing doing for the Bulldogs. We go to the second inning. No score on the Sanford Sports Network.
The road to Omaha begins in Greenville, South Carolina. The Southern Conference Baseball Tournament comes to Fluor Field May 23rd through 28th. Enjoy some great college baseball with a trip to the NCAA's on the line in a city the New York Times calls one of the top places to go in 2017. Get your tickets to the tournament and book your rooms in that Greenville today. Experience the games. Explore the city.
A warm, beautiful day for early March, the first weekend of the month of March here in the 2017 baseball season. James Hardy with you. Of course, I mentioned Blake Gardner, our good friend, up in the mountains of North Carolina with Sanford men's basketball getting ready. Hopefully what's an upset victory later tonight for the men's basketball team as the Samford Bulldogs take on Furman. But sit back and enjoy some baseball before we get to the basketball, though, later on this evening, as Samford baseball looking to even up the series against the Indiana Hoosiers, a good, solid baseball program out of the Big Ten that has made quite a few NCAA regional appearances over the last 5 years, as the first pitch up and inside is it'll be Logan Sowers leading off the right fielder. Sowers homered in the victory over Samford yesterday for the Hoosiers. Takes for ball 2, 2-0. Indiana won 32 games last year, 15-9 in the Big Ten, but did not make an NCAA regional. One of those teams just on the outside looking in for an at-large bid. Swing and a out-recorded, rather a single to left field. Kind of lost the ball in the sun there. Mentioned just as far as the trouble that Houston had with the high sun. Had a little bit of trouble there myself, but a hard hit single for Sowers as he gets on to first base with a single. A bright sunny day here at Jolie Griffin Field. A beautiful day to get a tan and watch some baseball as Indiana gets things going here in the second inning with a Sowers leadoff single as he gets a good lead over at first base for Matt Lloyd, the first baseman. Off-speed pitch a little low, 1-0. The left-handed batting Lloyd, just 208 for the season, but has 5 RBIs, 5 of 24 overall coming in. Infield playing a double play depth up the middle. Kazanov comes set. Takes his time and now delivers. Right down the middle, 1-1. Both teams went 3 up, 3 down offensively in the first inning. Indiana got out to a 7-0 lead through the first half of the game yesterday. Sanford almost came all the way back from that. Got as close as a 2-run deficit, 7-5, before Indiana won 10-5. Curveball inside, 2-1. Made a big deal of this yesterday. 9 of the 10 runs by Indiana in game 1 with 2 outs. Especially in the first inning, Samford was, in fact, they got the first 2 batters out to Jesse McCord, but just could not finish off that first inning. Really set the tone for the game. Bouncer foul to the right side. 2-2 the count. I mean, it was an interesting ball game, certainly. Indiana dominated up until that, what was a 4-run 5th inning for Samford, and what was a streak of 5 unanswered runs. And then Indiana, give them credit, finished out very well in the 8th and the 9th. 2-2. Grounder foul to the left side. In fact, Indiana pitching also retired the last 9 batters for Samford in the ball game, in addition to scoring the final 3 runs, 2 in the 8th and 1 in the 9th. Outfield straight away for the red, white, and blue of Samford U as Kazanov takes a peek over at first. Comes set. 2-2 on the way. High fly ball into center field, playable, however, for T.J. Dixon as he'll make the one-handed grab. 1 away. Matt Lloyd flies out to center field. So Sowers stays over at first base for Ryan Feynman, the DH. Feynman about to step up to the plate. Leading the team coming in. .290 the batting average, has 1 home run and 3 RBIs. Feynman tied for the team lead with a couple of other players with 9 hits total on the year. Grounder to the left side, could be 2. Short to second to first for the double play, as you have the combo of Fryman to Troy Dixon to Austin Edens for the 6-4-3 double play. So that'll end the inning as Kazanov faces the minimum in the second inning. No runs on 1 hit, no errors and nobody left on base. We're through 1.5. Indiana nothing, Samford nothing on the Sanford Sports Network. Thanks to all of our Sanford Sports Network crew for helping us this weekend. Matt Waters, our producer for the weekend, Caleb, and a whole lot of others also helping out our Sanford students as part of our production crew for the Sanford Sports Network this weekend. On the baseball end of things, James Hardy with you, doing the play-by-play for this weekend of Sanford baseball and the Indiana Hoosiers. Indiana wearing the gray tops, the sleeveless tops and bottoms with the red shirt sleeves, and the Sanford Bulldogs wearing their chili pepper red tops today with the white bottoms as well as the white numbers and letters and the blue trim. I know when it comes to softball, I certainly like those red tops, and definitely like the red tops when it comes to the baseball unis as well. Austin Edens, the Baton Rouge native, coming up to the plate as he'll take the first pitch of the inning from Hobby outside. Austin Edens got a hit and walk, reached twice yesterday in the loss. The 1-0. Grounded left side, and that is foul. 1-1. Talked about it yesterday. Austin Edens looking to get things going after so far a somewhat disappointing beginning. And I mentioned beginning to the season because, hey, you still have, as far as the marathon of a baseball, even a college baseball season, still plenty of games left to get things heated up from the plate. The 1-1. Bouncer, high bouncer right side. Butler on the run, fields, and throws an accurate throw in time. 1 away. Nobody on base for Troy Dixon. I mean, I don't care if somebody's batting 1,000 from the plate. You still have, keep in mind, as you know out there, still, a good 2 months of the season left. So, and a lot can happen in that time. So, at least for Austin Edens, hey, it's just a matter of just keeping, as far as working on your game and keeping to the process of things and not getting overly concerned about the result itself. Dixon to the plate as he'll take the first pitch strike. Troy Dixon, the younger of the Dixons on the Samford roster. Batting from the left side, just like his brother TJ. 0-1. High and away. 1-1. TJ Dixon, 375. But Troy Dixon, just 154. Grounder right side, as that'll get through for the base hit. Good effort that time. Thought Lloyd might have been able to backhand that. Would have been a great effort. And even if he did, would have been a tough play to try and make the throw with a moving target, with the pitcher Hobby having to cover. But in any case, Troy Dixon gets on with a solid single to right field as he gets his second hit of the weekend. Arrington Schaefer to the plate. Troy Dixon gets a good lead representing Sanford's first base runner of the game. Dixon does not go as Schaefer takes strike one. Ayrton Schaefer playing in his 9th game of the season. .240 the average with 3 round trippers and 5 RBIs. Hobby delivers. A swing and a number right side. Hobby will barehand. Throws low, but a good stab. Over by Lloyd at first base in time. Dixon will advance to second base. So 1-3 put out. 2 away, runner in scoring position for Jordan Fusey, who has a big opportunity to get Samford on the board. What to look for here from Samford as far as just the big picture of this ball game in the series? They got, let's face it, they got hit in the mouth yesterday. You talked about this time of the year as well as spring practice opening up at various, certainly SEC schools around the South, and Samford will be opening up spring football practice here pretty soon as well. It's a matter to see, how does this team react to losing, especially getting hit in the mouth yesterday? How much resiliency and character and grit does this Samford baseball team show today, and really for the rest of the series as well? Dixon at second base. Good lead there as Hobby comes set. Fusey takes outside on the fastball. Because when you're talking about a 56-game season, you've got to show that grit and resiliency throughout the season, because you're going to have your highs and lows just through that time span. The 1-0 is fouled back to the screen. 1-1 the count. And you talk about, as I mentioned, about Austin Edens' struggles as far as hitting from the plate early on this season. That's part of it too, is just, managing the ups and downs and trying to get as consistent and improve yourself over the course of the year. Troy Dixon at second base. 2 outs. Bottom of the second inning. Stretch and pitch. Swing and a fly ball shallow left field. Coming over the third baseman, fighting the sun, Miller makes the catch and retires to side. No runs, 1 hit. No errors and 1 left on base. We'll take the timeout. No score after 2.
I think we should have taken a left at the river.
Tarzan, no. Where Tarzan go?
Tarzan does not know where Tarzan go.
Hey, excuse me, do you know where the waterfall is? Waterfall?
No. Me, Tarzan. King of jungle.
I know you wanted to.
If you're a couple, you fight over directions. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
You have to do that right in my ear.
We're through 2. No score on the Sanford Sports Network. James Hardy with you. We go to the top of the third inning, and it'll be the bottom third of the order. Matheny, Butler, and Houston. As Mikhail Kazanov has worked against the minimum so far in the Indiana batting order. Just 1 hit for both teams. Jake Matheny, the catcher, will get his first at-bat of the ball game. Sanford had a runner in scoring position in the bottom of the second inning, but Troy Dixon was stranded at second base. As the right-handed batting Matheny will stand in. Takes the first pitch, strike on the inside corner. far different from yesterday when Indiana at about this point was already up 6-0. Swing and a miss at the off-speed pitch, 0-2. Infield playing back, outfield straight away, all the way around for the red, white, and blue of Samford U. The 0-2. Upstairs with the fastball, 1-2. Wind in the pitch. Bouncer foul to the left side. Jake Matheny so far this season has a pair of round trippers, 6 RBIs, and is 8 of 28 from the plate so far. The 1-2. Lined right side. One hop on a nice stab by Troy Dixon. Makes the throw to first in time. First out of the inning. It's in a couple of nice plays defensively for Sanford. One by Brandon Fryman as he made the Ozzie Smith-like jump throw from deep in the hole at shortstop to end the first inning. And that time, a hard-hit one-hop ground ball on the right side of the infield with Troy Dixon diving to his left to make the stab and then the throw to first. Tony Butler, the second baseman, will take on the inside corner, 0-1. 188 the batting average for Butler, no home runs and 3 RBIs. Kazanov winds and deals. A grounder fair down the third base line, as this should be extra bases, is just retrieving it in foul territories. Kevin Williams Jr. is coasting into second base. With the first extra base hit for either team is Tony Butler. Butler, his second double of the season, puts the first runner in scoring position today for the Hoosiers for the bottom of the order in Jeremy Houston. Jeremy Houston with a big day yesterday for Indiana. 3 for 4 with 2 RBIs and a run scored, by far his best day of the season offensively, as Kazanov, working in some trouble, delivers at the knees, a strike call. Rich Kelly, Ricky Armstrong, and Kevin Bradley, the trio of umpires today. Kelly at home, Armstrong at first, and Bradley over at third. Stretch, and the pitch on the way. Lined on one hop right side to Dixon as he'll throw over to first in time. Staying at second base was Butler to make sure that that soft line drive was not caught in the air. Taking the ultra-conservative play there, as there's now 2 outs. Still a runner at second. Back to the top of the order for Alex Krupa, who lined out to the shortstop to open the game in the first inning. Krupa on the season coming in, 250, 3 for 12 with no home runs and no RBIs. Kazanov looking to get out of the third inning. Pitch on the way, low and in, 1-0. Infield playing back. Outfield straight away, all the way around. Kazanov comes set. Swing and a miss, and a good stop that time by the catcher, Mulrine, as the count now at 1-1. Both pitchers working fairly quickly so far in this one. Kazanov studies the signs from Mulrine and now gets it. 1-1 pitch on the way. Fastball in there for strike 2. Even though we're in the third inning and Kozanov has pitched well so far, still looking for his first strikeout of the game. 1-2 the count, 2 outs, no score, pitch on the way, swing and a miss in the check that a fly ball to right field is making the catch that time is Jordan Pusey. That's the third out of the inning. And that'll do it for Indiana in the third. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on base. We're through 2.5 innings to play, no score in the Sanford Sports Network.
At Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers, we believe in service.
Maintenance service, tire service, repair service,
and most importantly, customer service.
We believe in treating our customers with respect and integrity while offering all the services you need for your car.
Most of all, at Express Oil Change and Tire Engineers,
we believe in keeping cars on the road, keeping families safe,
and keeping you coming back whenever the need arises.
Meet Pete and Paul, twins so much alike, friends call them Pete and Repeat. But Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama treats them as individuals. Each gets a health insurance plan designed to meet his specific needs. One is a self-employed entrepreneur, the other working for a large company. After all, no two customers are alike, especially in Alabama. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters. Find out how we can cover you.
Bottom of the third inning, Mulrine, Garris, and Dixon stepping up to the plate to begin the third inning for Samford University. No score is. Mikhail Kozanov leaves a runner at second base for the Indiana Hoosiers. 15 runs scored in yesterday's ball game. Still no runs. And we're almost through the first third of the ball game as Hobby winds and deals. Swung on, and that is foul. 0-1. Mulrine with one of his best offensive days of the season yesterday as well. 2 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored. Swing and a foul back to the screen. 0-2. Looking at the totals for the Sanford catchers so far this season. 211 the batting average as he'll remain alive in the count as he takes the 0-2, 1-2. Mulrine 4 of 19 with 6 RBIs. Hobby out of the wind, 1-2. Tapped foul, still 1-2. A busy day around the SoCon as well today as we'll take a look around the SoCon as far as baseball on the scores here in a minute. The 1-2. Grounded left side, fielded by Houston, and he'll make the throw across in time. 1 away. Western Carolina leads Appalachian State 3-2 as they're playing in Greenville, North Carolina. They're in the bottom of the 8th inning of that one. Bottom of the 8th inning, FAMU and ETSU all knotted up at 8. Austin P leading Mercer 7-2 as the Governors trying to even that series. Brings up the number 9 batter Taylor Garris as he'll take downstairs 1-0. College of Charleston 2, the Citadel nothing top the first inning. VMI and George Washington knotted up at 2, top the 5th inning. 1 away. Tapper in front of the pitcher's mound is Hobby. Fields barehanded and throws to first base in time. 2 up and 2 down. Back to the top of the order for TJ Dixon. Maryland Eastern Shore and UNCG tied up at 1, bottom of the 4th inning. Wright State 3 and Wofford nothing. They're in the top of the 5th inning. It's Wright State leading that one as part of the USC Upstate Wofford tournament. UT Martin at Furman later on this afternoon in about an hour and a half. TJ Dixon looking for his first hit as he's flied out to left field. Gets ahead in the count 1-0. Dixon, the senior from Mobile, UMS Wright. Both he and Troy Dixon played their high school ball there. Makes contact with this one and flies one to left field, where making the catch is Krupa, and an easy inning for Hobby as he gets the Bulldogs in order in the third inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base as we're quickly through 3 innings of play. No score on the Sanford Sports Network.
General Shale makes your great outdoors even better with big savings on its outdoor living collection. Everything you need to create your own backyard fire pit, outdoor fireplace, General Shale delivers to your home and can recommend a contractor. Or offers easy-to-follow instructions to do it yourself. Save money now on backyard fun with General Shale's complete outdoor living collection. Hurry, your great outdoors is waiting for you.
We're rolling right along through the first third of today's ball game. James Hardy with you, along with the rest of our Sanford Sports Network crew. A picture-perfect, gorgeous day. Sunny skies here in the Magic City. Tell you, a high sun as well. That give credit to the fielders so far, haven't had a whole lot of issues yet with it, but you know it pops up from time to time where that white baseball, the cream-colored baseball, can blend in with a high sky, so it's something you might want to pay attention to as far as the fly balls throughout this ball game. Luke Miller, Craig Didelo, and Logan Sowers to the plate as Kazanov misses outside with his curveball. Miller fouled out to Troy Dixon down the right field line his first time up. Fastball at the knees for strike one. I know that high sun's kind of given me a few issues up here, but hey, hasn't given the fielders most importantly in the issues as a bouncer left side for Fryman. Convenient hop and makes the accurate throw to first in time. Good defensive ball game all the way around. No errors for either team. Also have had some nice defensive plays. To end the first inning, Brandon Fryman made a jump throw from deep in the hole at shortstop with his momentum going away from first base. And also Troy Dixon made a diving grab of a one-hop ground ball. Didelo bunts left side. This could be a tough play for Garris as he'll throw to first, not in time. Samford's defense not expecting the bunt from the number 3 batter, Didelo, who hit a home run yesterday and was one hit shy of the cycle, a double shy of the cycle yesterday, as Didelo puts down and executes perfectly the bunt single. 3 hits for the Hoosiers now. Logan Sowers with one of those 3 hits, a first inning single. In fact, led off the second with a single. Infield looking for the double play, what would be their second of the afternoon. Curveball dips low. Samford softball suffering a tough loss earlier this morning to UMass 13-0 and 5 over in Starkville. The 1-0 from Kazanov swung on and missed as going fishing that time in the dirt was Sowers. 1-1. It's a seeding type of play as far as the Bulldogs slamboree over in Starkville. So Sanford softball has one more game today, and it's a TBA opponent as far as who they will be playing later this afternoon. Stretch for Kazanov. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. In fact, a foul tip, says our home plate umpire, Rich Kelly. 1-2. Over at first base is Didelo, as he'll get his lead gradually. In fact, has a very good lead over at first base. 1-2. Good stop by Mulrine. 2-2. Austin Edens holding the runner at first base defensively for the red, white, and blue of Samford U. Kazanov comes set out of the stretch. 2-2. Swung on. Lifted down the right field line, a long run rather, and making the catch is Fusey in foul territory as he'll get the ball quickly back in. Good play that time because that was a long run for Jordan Fusey, having to come almost all the way to the brick barrier down the right field wall. Makes the catch and gets the second out. Seen some good defenses, we've mentioned, throughout this broadcast today for Samford, especially coming off of 4 errors defensively in Game 1 yesterday of the series. Didelo has to remain at first for Matt Lloyd, who's 0 for 1 with a fly ball to center field. Takes a fastball in there. 0-1. We'll be with you tomorrow at 11:55 for the pregame. Noon Central Time for the first pitch. Got moved up just a few days ago, as it will be a noon Central Time first pitch. Kazanov comes set. The 0-1. In there as Kazanov is on target today from the mound. Haven't really had time because he's worked so quickly so far and has not had to throw a lot of pitches today. Haven't gone over his line for the season so far. We'll get to that momentarily. 0-2 the count. Pitch on the way. Swing, and that is hit well into right field. Back is Fusey as he looks up, and that is gone over the right center field wall. So Matt Lloyd comes up big for the Indiana Hoosiers, just like yesterday. A pair of 2-out runs, this time for Matt Lloyd on a 2-run homer that scores Didelo and gives the Hoosiers a 2-0 lead.
The designated hitter, Ryan Feynman.
That was also with 2 strikes, as that gives the Hoosiers first blood in this one. Ryan Feynman takes the fastball for strike 1. For Mikhail Kazanov. Not a lot of homers given up as he takes a sharp one off the ankles, but recovers and throws to first base in time. Hopefully he's okay as he's able to trot off the field on his own power as he takes a line drive off the lower leg, but was able to get the 1-3 put out. 2 runs on 2 hits, no errors, nobody left on base for Indiana thanks to the Matt Lloyd 2-out, 2-run shot. We go to the bottom of the 4th inning, Indiana 2 and Sanford 0 on the Sanford Sports Network.
cheaper ingredients, we've made a lower cost pizza. Let's all celebrate with a slice.
I'm allergic to triangles, so...
I'm about to go swimming.
Ooh, I just turned vegan.
I'm only kidding. I wouldn't make you eat that.
Just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's better.
That's why all our pizzas are handmade with better ingredients.
Now get a 2-topping pan or large pizza made fresh, only $9.99. That's right, only $9.99.
We're more than a pizza company. We're a pizza family. Papa John's.
Brian Hobby works with a lead going into the bottom of the fourth inning. The starter for the Indiana Hoosiers from the mound, 2-0. IU leads over Samford University. Brandon Fryman, Kevin Williams Jr., and Austin Edens, the 2, 3, and 4 batters will come up for Samford University. This still has a different feel from yesterday, despite that 2-run homer. Both pitchers working a lot more effectively, first off, but definitely keeping a good pace going in this one as the first pitch, curveball in there. 0-1. Fryman grounded out to third, his first time up. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss once again at the off-speed pitch, a curveball, 0-2. Fryman leading Sanford as a freshman with a .379 average. Swings and lifts one into right center field as going over and making the running grab is Didolo. 1 out in the inning. Can't say it enough. This is the type of day I would want every day out of the year, though. About that 60 to 80 degree range, creeping up toward the upper 60s today. I mean, it is a perfect type of day for, I'll call it an early spring day here in Alabama. Hit hard into left field. That gets through for the base hit for Kevin Williams Jr., who gets his first hit of the afternoon. A single to left field that brings up Austin Edens. When the sport of baseball was invented way back when, back in the 19th century, in the good old US of A, I would assume that the creators, Abner Doubleday and whomever else you credit for starting baseball, when they had their sights set on what baseball would look like, this type of day would be it. First pitch swinging, a grounder left side, could be 2, 5, 4, and 3. On the double play is Miller at third, turns the 5-4-3 with Butler and Lloyd helping out on the back end. So we are through 4 innings of play, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. Sanford has not left any base runners on so far through 4, and they trail 2-0, going to the 5th on the Sanford Sports Network.
Red 97! Set! Red 97!
Did you say 97?
Yes.
You know, that reminds me of Geico's 97% customer satisfaction rating.
97%?
Helped by Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Oh yeah, baby. Geico's as fast and friendly as it gets.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Top the 5th inning already. If you've just joined us, you haven't missed a whole lot of offense except for a 2-run, 2-out homer by Matt Lloyd an inning ago as we've rolled on through almost halfway through the second game of the 3-game series as Jake Matheny will swing first pitch and grounds one just foul down the third base line. Matheny, the catcher, grounded out to second, his last and so far only time up. Matheny getting the start at catcher today. First start at catcher this weekend was the DH yesterday, so he'll swing away and fouls the second pitch of the inning off from Kazanov. Matheny named the Big Ten Baseball Freshman of the Week earlier this week by the conference. The 0-2. Swings and loops one down the right field line, foul. As Matheny stays alive. Matheny last week homered twice, doubled, and drove in 5 runs. Talking about a lot of good freshmen that are performing this weekend for both teams. The 0-2. Lined into the glove of Fryman as he goes up the elevator and makes the grab. Had to use all of that wingspan over at shortstop for the young true freshman shortstop for the red, white, and blue of Samford U. That's where the athleticism comes into play. And so far, this may be one of the best defensive outings for Brandon Fryman of the season, as he's made a spectacular field of a ground ball and throw to first base to end the first, and that time goes all the way up to the top floor to make the grab at the line drive. So Matheny out as Butler lines one foul down the left field line. If we were going back to my childhood as far as this type of ball game, it would almost feel like one of those low-scoring football games as the 1-1. Lined into right field is going over and making the catch will be Jordan Fusey. A nice little chat about some SEC players past here with Matt and Caleb and myself about SEC football as far as, hey, who was the Herschel Walker and who were some of the best players of yesteryear, and as far as, hey, the type of football I grew up watching as far as Alabama was concerned growing up in Tuscaloosa, and also coming up to games at Legion Field back in the day as far as Gene Stallings coached football. And, of course, you probably remember that type of football. 3 yards and a cloud of dust, keep it on the ground, a lot of low-scoring games, and this kind of has that feel as well. The 0-1 in there for strike 2, where pitching, defense, and the timely hitting come into play in a 2-0 game being led by Indiana. The 0-2. Swing and a miss. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night for Mr. Houston, as Mikhail Kazanov works a 1-2-3 inning. Indiana, no runs, hits, or errors, and nobody left on base. We're halfway home already. You better buckle up because, hey, if you leave, you may miss the rest of this ball game the way this is going. Still anybody's ball game, though. 2-0 Indiana leading on the Sanford Sports Network.
We are the Southern Conference.
And it's on us to stop sexual assault on our college campuses.
To get in the way before it happens.
To get a teammate or friend home safe.
To not blame the victim.
We are the Southern Conference.
And it's on us to look out for each other on our campuses.
To not turn a blind eye.
To intervene when something isn't right.
We are the Southern Conference.
And it's on us to stand up.
To step in.
To take responsibility.
We are the Southern Conference, and we take the pledge to stop sexual assault.
It's on us, all of us, to make a difference on our campuses.
Join us and take the pledge to be a part of the solution at itsonus.org.
We're in the second half of this ball game. Not even an hour through, and we're in the bottom of the 5th inning. So if you just missed us, just joining us, it's 2-0 Indiana. One hit has decided this one. 2 out, 2-run bomb to right center field. Just 2 hours left of the right field scoreboard for Matt Lloyd of Indiana, as the Samford Bulldogs with just 2 hits so far through 4 at-bats, as Troy Dixon, that is, Schaefer, as well as Fusey do up for the red, white, and blue of Samford U. It's been a pitcher's duel so far. Great defense by both teams as well, as neither team has committed an error. Off-speed pitch in there. And now, I haven't seen every Samford baseball game this season, but I got to think this is the best overall defensive performance that Casey Dunn's squad has had all year long. Curveball is inside, 1-1. 2 great defensive plays by Brandon Fryman over at shortstop. The 1-1 lined into the glove of the shortstop Houston. That may have been the hardest hit ball we've seen from Samford today, but it was right at the shortstop Houston, 1 away. We talked about grinding out a baseball season earlier in the broadcast, and also character, grit, and resilience. And this is the type of game, especially a defensive game, to where character, grit, and resilience will be tested for Samford coming down the stretch of this one. First pitch is a strike to Arrington Schaefer, who grounded out to the pitcher his last time up. Hobby still in control. Out on the rubber. Foul ball back to the screen. It's one of the games where Samford, at least in this one, they're going to have to manufacture a run or two here with the way that Hobby has been performing. Got to find a way to get some base runners and to execute when the opportunity presents itself. The 0-2. Just misses, 1-2. Hobby not wasting time out on the mound as he gets back on the rubber. 1-2. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Strike 3, 2 away. Somewhat shockingly, that's just the first strikeout of the day for Hobby, as he has pretty much mastered the Samford offense through 4 2/3. Jordan Fusey popped up to third his last time up. He swings first pitch and knocks it back through the middle for a base hit. Hobby was just able to defend himself as far as not getting beamed by that sharp line drive, as that'll be the third Samford hit today. The Bulldogs have seen a runner get into scoring position in Troy Dixon with 1 out, or 2 outs rather, but was not able to score back in the second inning. Anthony Mulrine coming up as the potential tying run. Takes a fastball down the middle, a little bit above the belt, strike 1. Going to find out also the pitching numbers as far as the total number of pitchers for both Kazanov and Hobby, as they've been very efficient so far. Line drive into right, that will drop down for a base hit, as advancing to second base will be Fusey. Thought that might have had the possibility of holding up long enough for Sowers to come in and make the catch, but Mulrine going the opposite way, when the best pieces of hitting might have been the best we've seen from Samford so far today, with Mulrine going oppo to right field. Can't forget Jordan Fusey in just the last at-bat going back up the middle with his sharp line drive. So maybe Samford just getting something started as far as building some momentum from the plate, as we're at the bottom of the order, and Taylor Garris, big 2-out opportunity here. And this is one of those opportunities for Sanford to try and break through, as we'll have Kyle Bunn, the pitching coach for Indiana, come out and have a word with Hobby. Probably in this case just to settle his pitcher down and also remind him that you're talking about the number 9 batter in the Sanford order, with the top of the order coming up. Indiana looking to clinch the series win today, and Sanford looking to even the series and try and force a rubber game tomorrow. It's been a good, if you like pitching and defense, which I know with a lot of my generation and a little bit younger, that's more about the home run hitting and the offense. If you like the pitching, more of the old school baseball, kind of the cousins of the old school football that I talked about in the last half inning, this is your type of ball game, where the pitching, defense, and the execution on offense come into play. And also to where the strategy comes into play, because you really see more managerial, or in this case, coaching strategy come into play in baseball in a lower scoring game than you necessarily do in, let's say, an 8-7 game. Swing and a grounder that is foul down the third base line. Indiana's already come up with a big 2-out home run, a 2-run homer, a couple of at-bats to go for them in the 4th inning. If Garris can get something in the gap, this may be able to tie it up with runners going on contact, as the 0-1 a strike, 0-2. Taylor Garris dribbled out to the pitcher his last time up. Mentioned yesterday, 2-out hits, 2-out RBIs, the difference between your offense staying on the field and the opposing pitching and defense getting off the field. This is big sequence here. 2 outs, 2 runners on, 2-0 Indiana. Hobby comes set and delivers. Outside, off-speed pitch, curveball, 1-2. It's a big moment even in the season for Samford. It's a couple of games below 500, still early in the season, but can set the tone if they can come back, especially get a big hit in this inning. Tying run at first base as Hobby steps off the rubber. Fusey at second, Mulrine the catcher at first. Fusey getting a medium lead over at second. Hobby comes set and steps off the rubber again. Hobby and his catcher Matheny will take some time to go over some strategy and just focus in on upcoming 1-2 pitch. Not only would a hit put Samford most likely on the board, also give a little life to this crowd that's been quiet for most of the game. 2 outs, 1-2 the count. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Good execution by Hobby to come up with a big strikeout that time and gets out of trouble in the bottom of the 5th inning. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We're through 5. 2-0 Indiana with the lead on the Sanford Sports Network.
These are the student athletes. This is where they train. These are their homes. This is where they become Rhodes Scholars and academic All-Americans. These are the athletes they've always admired. This is where champions are crowned and moments are made. This is the Southern Conference.
Sanford Bulldogs miss out on a golden opportunity to get on the board and possibly tie the game as we're through 5. James Hardy with you. Mikhail Kazanov pitching well as he's gone 5 innings. Can be eligible for the victory if Sanford can put up a 3 spot at some point later on in this ball game. 5 innings so far for the right-handed Sanford pitcher. 4 hits allowed, has given up 2 earned runs on that home run ball a couple of innings ago. No walks and 1 strikeout. Just 56 pitches so far coming into the inning, as he'll fire the fastball high as we flip over the scorecard in the top third of the order. Speaking of flipping over the lineup for Indiana. Alex Krupa leading off. Swings and hits one hard into right. This has a chance, and it is off the wall in right center field as Krupa will come into second base with a double. Almost went off the scoreboard that time, a few feet over from where Matt Long left the yard in the 4th inning with his 2-run homer. However, a leadoff double, that is, according to my count, the second leadoff batter for the Hoosiers to get on base in this ball game.
The third baseman, Luke
It'll
Miller.
bring up Luke Miller, the third baseman, who's 0 for 2. In this type of ball game, once again, strategy comes in, and maybe we see a sacrifice here to try and get a 3rd run for IU. Wearing their gray tops, the sleeveless tops and bottoms. Kazanov wheels and will hold the ball on the bluff throw. Four hits for both teams, but the home run the difference so far today. Stretch for Kazanov. Takes his time and now delivers. First pitch fastball strike on the inside corner. Miller not showing bunt that time. Got the middle of the order due up. Just waiting around the corner for Indiana and Didelo, Sowers, and Lloyd. Kazanov with the 0-1. Misses low. We've been rolling along in this one, and I haven't had a chance to examine with you Kazanov's totals, a 4.35 ERA and 10 in the third coming in. 1-1 the count. Pitch on the way. Downstairs in the dirt, 2-1. Kazanov entering the game had allowed 9 hits, 5 runs, all earned with 5 walks and 10 strikeouts, and had given up 1 home run ball. Already has given up a home run today. Comes set. The 2-1. Swing and a miss. At the curve ball in the dirt, 2-2. We're coming close to the portion of the game where outs become a premium for Samford. So your objective for Kazanov, keep that score at 2-0. The 2-2. It's low and away, 3-2. Talked about grit and character and resiliency, and now Kazanov, with his back against the wall in this game, trying to keep Samford in it and trying to grind out 3 outs here in the 6th without a run scoring. The 3-2. Low and away, ball 4. First walk today for the righty Kazanov is 2 runners on, nobody out for Craig Didelo, who has grounded out to short and also reached on a bunt single and later came around to score in the 4th.
The center fielder, Craig Didelo.
Let's see what the Hoosiers do here as far as do they let someone that can leave the yard like Didelo with 1 swing at the bat swing away, or maybe play a little small ball and try and set up for that third and fourth run with 2 runners on. Runners at first and second. Krupa still at second, Miller at first. Kozanov out of the stretch and pitch. Swing and a fly ball, shallow left field. Williams Jr. tracks it down and makes the catch. Haven't had any issues so far caused by the sun with those outfielders for both teams. Give them credit for being well prepared and also using good concentration as far as that execution is concerned out in the field. 1 away. Big out that time as Didelo swings on the first pitch and is easily retired. Logan Sowers to the plate has singled as well as fouled out to right his last time up. 1 out, stretch, and the pitch upcoming. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Change of pace for Kozanov. Mikhail Kozanov, 6'175", a senior from just up I-59 in Rainbow City, Alabama. 1 out, 2 runners on. Stretch and pitch. Inside corner, strike 2. Now a ground ball double play can end the inning. But the count's at 0-2. Once again, 2 runners on. Top of the 6th inning as we're moving right on along here in an afternoon game, first weekend in the month of March. Stretch and the 0-2. Good eye is also a good stop behind home plate by Mulrine. As the count now at 1-2. We'll close out the series tomorrow at noon here on the Sanford Sports Network on our YouTube live stream. We'll be on at 11:55 for our pregame. Indiana looking to win the series today as they're up 2-0. 1-2. Called. Strike 3 as Sowers goes down looking 2 away. Runners still at first and second bases. Kozanov 1 out away and 1 pitch away from getting out of trouble. Krupa doubled off the wall in right center, and Miller walked to put 2 runners on with nobody out, but they've remained put there after a fly out and a strikeout. It's Matt Lloyd, who has the big hit in this game with the 2-run homer in his last at-bat, is 1 for 2, 2 RBIs, and a run scored, comes up for another big at-bat in this ball game. Kozanov gets his sign. Pitch on the way. Fastball inside corner, 0-1. Ryan Feynman is on deck. Infield playing back at all positions as the 0-1 coming up. Downstairs, 1-1. Matt Lloyd, 6'1", 195 pounds, out of the province of Alberta, Canada. A JUCO transfer out of Iowa Western Community College. The 1-1. Low, 2-1. In game 1 for Matt Lloyd, 2 for 5 with 3 RBIs, now has 5 RBIs for the weekend. If Indiana wins the series, you have to figure he might be eligible for Big Ten Player of the Week if he continues this pace. 2-1 though the count. Top of the 6th inning, 2 outs. Kozanov comes set. Looks the runner at second and will step off the rubber. Big moment for Samford as Kozanov trying to keep the Bulldogs in this one going down the stretch. Kazanov's 2-1. Good location and a good change of speed to get the strike call on the change of pace. 2-2. Krupa at second. Miller over at first base. Outfield straightaway. Most of the field still basking in the sunlight of this Saturday afternoon. The 2-2. Tapped at the plate. Still 2-2. Samford Bulldogs looking to get their, what would be their third win at home this season, and also fourth overall in the year. So far, 2 victories over UNC Asheville and a road win at Auburn during the midweek on Tuesday. After this weekend, they'll face Alabama State on Tuesday at home and then travel down to Montgomery to face the Hornets on Wednesday. Infield back all the way around. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Kazanov comes set and fires. That is fouled off at home plate. Once again, we'll have a 2-2 offering upcoming. Efficient pitch totals all the way around for both pitchers. Hobby at just 48 pitches through 5. And this will be the 70th pitch upcoming for Kazanov. Kazanov comes set. The 2-2. Bounced right side foul wide of the first base bag. Good little battle here between Lloyd and Kazanov. 3 straight foul balls. And we will have pitch number 8 of the at-bat. That will be coming up momentarily. Kazanov studying the signals from Mulrine, gets them. Now comes set. 2-2. Grounded right side, playable for Troy Dixon. Misplace it, and now everybody is safe. Had been bragging on the defense for Samford, and deservedly so for much of this ball game as they had played their best defense so far at the season, but a critical error keeps the inning going for IU as advancing to third Krupa. To second base Miller as Matt Lloyd reaches on the E4. So that'll keep the inning going for IU as it appears that Casey Dunn comes out to have a word with Mikhail Kazanov. Don't think he's going to go to a relief pitcher just yet. Kazanov still, you would the pitcher's mound is. The bases are now loaded for Ryan Feynman, who has grounded into a 6-4-3 double play and has dribbled out to the pitcher.
Ryan Feynman.
Feynman, the big right-handed batter, DH today after catching last night. Takes upstairs with the fastball, 1-0. Any runs that score for Indiana now in this inning will be unearned, but Kazanov with one pitch can still get out of trouble. Pitch on the way. Downstairs, 2-0. Kazanov trying to show that grit on the mound as he's trying to work out of trouble. First 2 batters reached base on a double and a walk. And now the bases are loaded with 2 outs. Stretch and Kazanov's pitch on the way shortly. Swinging a foul ball out of play over the press box, 2-1. Indiana had to show some resiliency yesterday after nearly giving up a 7-0 lead in Game 1, but being able to finish out all the way around, no errors, scored the final 3 runs of the game, and essentially shut down Samford's bats the final 3+ innings. 2-1 the count. Foul ball right side, 2-2. Need a 5-star moment here for Kazanov as once again back against the wall, down 2-0, trying to keep the Bulldogs within shouting distance. Trying to get that final out and get a goose egg in the top of this inning. The 2-2. Foul ball to the right side. We will have what will be the 6th pitch of this at-bat coming up very shortly. 5 hits for Indiana. 2 of those extra base hits, including a 2-run homer for Matt Lloyd. Stretch for Kazanov. The 2-2. Swing and hit hard into left center field. As going over, still running is Dixon as it falls on the warning track as 2 runs will score and now 3 runs will score as Indiana will now take a 5-0 lead. All of the runs unearned for the Hoosiers. As into second base, Ryan Feynman, and that is a big play in this game for IU. 3-run double. Once again, all the runs unearned thanks to the error at second base on a ground ball as Troy Dixon wasn't able to come up with it. And that puts Indiana in a good position with the way that their starter and Brian Hobby has been able to pitch today as time is called with Mulrine coming out to talk with Kazanov. So Krupa scores from third, Miller from second base, and Matt Lloyd scoring all the way from first, going on contact with 2 outs. Tough break there for Mikhail Kazanov as he's pitched well today, but it just took a tough luck error with 2 outs a couple of batters ago, and now Casey Dunn will come out, and that just may be all for Mikhail Kazanov. Now, he's had one of his best outings of the season, maybe his best outing of the season, but just was not able to close out the 6th inning, and we will should have a new pitcher coming out of the bullpen as this is the 2nd visit for Casey Dunn in the innings, and we will have a new pitcher. Let's take the timeout. 5-0, Indiana leads top the 6th inning on the Sanford Sports Network.
Discovering new things is good. For example, you may discover that the best bank in town isn't a bank.
The madness begins here. Make sure you're at the U.S. Cellular Center in Asheville, North Carolina, March 2nd through 6th for the 2017 SoCon Basketball Championships presented by General Shale. You don't want to miss the action as your favorite SoCon teams compete for a championship and a berth in the NCAA tournament. Book your travel and tickets by logging on to SoConTravel.com or by contacting the U.S. Cellular Center box office. Madness begins here. Get your tickets today.
Frustrating finish for Mikhail Kazanov as he just wasn't able to get that final out here in the top of the 6th inning after nearly going 6 innings in his start for the Samford Bulldogs. 5-0 Indiana with the lead as Jared Brasher comes out of the bullpen for his first appearance of the weekend for the red, white, and blue of Sanford U. 3.86 the ERA, 4th appearance for the hard-throwing right-hander. 2 1/3 innings pitched, has allowed 6 walks, struck out just 4. And opposing batters still looking for their first hit off the Samford right-hander. The runner at second base, Feynman, is the responsibility of Kazanov, but all of the runs that score and any more runs that do score this inning will be unearned. So it'll just put more pressure all the way around for Samford to try and close out the inning and have to come back from what's now a 5-run deficit after being in this ball game throughout up until that last bases clearing double. Jake Matheny 0 for 2 stands in and takes the first pitch for strike one. And once again, a broken record on this point. All of the runs in this game, including the 3 this inning, have come with 2 outs. The 0-1. Curveball in there, strike 2. 9 of the 10 runs yesterday for IU had come with 2 outs in all 5 so far today. So you're talking almost every run this weekend with 2 outs. The 0-2. Swing and a miss at the fastball. Strike 3 call. As that'll set down the Hoosiers, but they do get 3 big runs thanks to a bases clearing double from Ryan Feynman. 2 hits. There was an error and 1 left in scoring position. So we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Sanford has some work ahead of them, down 5-0 on the Sanford Sports Network.
This is Lauren. These are her first roommates, her first car, and her very first health insurance plan, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. Even at her age, she's not taking her health for granted. Her affordable health plan includes a routine annual checkup, apps, and programs that fit her lifestyle. Lauren may be just starting out, but with us, she's already got peace of mind. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters. Find out how we can cover you for the first.
Bottom of the 5th inning here at Jolie Griffin Field on the campus of Samford University. 5-0. The Samford Bulldogs trailing Indiana in Game 2 of the 3-game weekend series. James Hardy with you as Samford will have some work ahead of them. Dug themselves a little bit deeper hole in the 6th inning thanks to that 3-run double. All of those runs unearned as the day and the book closed for Mikhail Kazanov, the Samford starter. 5 2/3 innings, 6 hits allowed, 5 runs given up, just 2 earned with a walk and 2 strikeouts in 83 pitches. So far today for Brian Hobby for Indiana. 5 innings, 4 hits allowed, no runs with no walks and 2 pitches in just 2 strikeouts rather, in just 48 pitches. Top third of the order, T.J. Dixon, Brendan Fryman, and Kevin Williams Jr. due up as the first pitch outside. Want to know the count? Hobby winds and deals. Just a little bit low, 2-0. No runs, 4 hits, and an error for Samford. Fastball in there on the outer half, 2-1. T.J. Dixon 0 for 2 today. A pair of flyouts to left field. Takes the curve inside, 3-1. T.J. Dixon working on a 7-game hitting streak. Has hit safely in every game but the opener this year. Takes the 3-1 strike call, 3-2. Hobby with the payoff pitch. Lines one up the middle and through for a base hit as Dixon extends the hitting streak now to 8 games and most importantly gets the leadoff batter on with Samford down 5-0.
Shortstop number 7, Brandon Fryman.
Still work to do, however, but thankfully you got the heart of the order just around the corner as Brandon Fryman also in search of his first hit of the day. 0 for 2 with a ground out to third and a fly out to center. Pitch on the way. In there for strike one. Located around the belt as it crossed the plate. Fryman with a great defensive game so far, but looking to get a hit here in the bottom of the 6th inning as he'll take the changeup low for ball one. Fryman leading the team in batting average and second on the team in hits coming in. Takes strike two call, 1-2. Kevin Williams Jr. is on deck. Infield at double play depth up the middle. Dixon gets a good lead off of first base, 1-2 the count. Good eye by Fryman as he lays off. The curveball outside, 2-2. Outfield playing straight away for IU. Stretch for Hobby. Swing and a foul back to my right. Still 2-2. Pitch number 6 of this at bat. About to come up. Nobody out. Bottom of the 6th inning. Samford looking for a rally. As they're down by 5 runs after giving up 3 in the top half of the 6th. The 2-2. Good eye as it gets away from the catcher. Matheny is advancing to second and taking away the possibility of the ground ball double play. It'll be T.J. Dixon as he's now into scoring position. Wild pitch. 3-2 now the count. Dixon with his lead off of second. The 3-2. Low for ball 4. A quality at bat for Fryman as he works from behind in the count to get a walk and put 2 runners on with nobody out for Kevin Williams Jr.
Fielder number 1, Kevin Williams Jr.
Kevin Williams Jr. singled his last time up and also popped up to the shortstop his first time up all the way back in the 1st inning. Stretch in the pitch. Off-speed pitch in there for strike one. Dixon at second base. Fryman over at first. Stretch. And the pitch for Hobby. Sails away, 1-1. Still plenty in the gas tank for Brian Hobby as his pitch count just over 60 pitches. Stretch in the pitch. Outside the curveball, 2-1. Austin Edens is on deck. Bottom of the 6th inning, Samford still looking to get on the scoreboard as a runner and T.J. Dixon at second, Fryman at first base, both with solid leads at second and first respectively as time is called. Samford softball has gotten underway And they're through 3 in Starkville in their second game against Mississippi State, and the Bulldogs of Samford have a 1-0 lead over MSU. The 2-1. Curveball outside corner, 2-2. Samford trying to rebound after falling 13-0 to UMass earlier in the morning. Two and two the count and the pitch. Good eye by Williams as he'll load the count full by taking the fastball low. Samford left 2 runners on in the 5th inning. Hobby trying to get his first out of the inning as he comes set. The 3-2. Swing and a foul ball to the left side out of play. We'll be back with you tomorrow to close out the weekend. Noon first pitch here at Jolie Griffin Field. Had beautiful weather yesterday and today as well. Hobby comes set. The 3-2 instead will be a bluff over to second base. Hobby now comes set. Grounder left side as fielding will be Miller as he'll go to second for 1, and that's all. As the bouncer a little too slow for a double play, as that'll be a 5-4 fielder's choice with Fryman retired on the base paths for the first out of the inning. Dixon to third, runners at the corners for Austin Edens, who has grounded out twice. Once to second and another in an around the horn double play. Big opportunity for Austin Edens to drive home the first run of the ball game and try and get Samford going offensively as they've struggled in this one. 5 hits, but have left so far a total of 3 on base, including 2 in scoring position. First pitch outside, 1-0. Austin Edens reached twice yesterday. Hobby comes set and gets the strike call outside corner, 1-1. Williams Jr. over at first base. Dixon at third. Low and outside on the curveball, 2-1. Brian Hobby, a junior right-hander out of Springfield, Illinois, pitching well in this one. Now 5 1/3 shutout ball so far in his start. Foul ball back to the screen as Edens a little off balance that time. 2-2. Samford has not gotten an extra base hit so far in this one. Indiana with 3 extra base hits, including their 3rd as a team as far as round trippers this weekend. We were scoreless through 3 innings, and then Indiana took a 2-0 lead through 4, and now a 5-0 lead as we'll have time called, as Kyle Bunn apparently will come out of the dugout to have a word with Brian Hobby. Hobby's been able to keep the Samford batters off balance throughout today's ball game, and instead we're going to have a pitching change and a new pitcher for the Indiana Hoosiers as we'll take a 1-minute timeout and tell you who that first reliever is of the day for IU after this.
Game day brings out the best in all of us. At Regions, every day is game day.
Again, a fairly unusual pitching move, as in the middle of a count, the first reliever of the day for Indiana in the lefty Cameron Beecham, the 6'2", 205-pound freshman from Peru, Indiana, will come on in relief of the starter Brian Hobby. Beecham will inherit couple of runners on base and will face Austin Edens once again with that 2-2 count. But the Hoosiers, with the 5-run lead, takes some pressure off of the left-hander coming out of the pen, especially with a 2-2 count. So unofficially, Hobby leaves 5 1/3 shutout ball. 5 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 5 hits with a walk and 2 strikeouts as he'll leave with 68 pitches thrown. Williams Jr. on at first base, Dixon over at third. Austin Edens comes back up. It's a big opportunity for him, as mentioned some of the struggles so far coming into today's ball game. Just 4 of 25 entering the game with a couple of RBIs. Looking for his first RBI of the weekend as Edens, the right-handed batter, stands in. Swings and hits it foul over to Seibert Stadium left side. An old-fashioned type of ball game. Samford just has not been able to get the critical hits that they need. Indiana has to build their 5-0 lead. The 2-2. Off-speed pitch up and away, 3-2. 2 hits have given Indiana their 5 runs. A 2-run homer and a 3-run double. Beecham comes set, payoff pitch. That is a little bit high for ball 4, so the bases are loaded. Advancing to second, Williams. Edens on at first base with his second walk of the weekend. First walk today is stepping up Troy Dixon with an opportunity to put, in fact, a golden opportunity to put Sanford on the board with at least 1 and maybe more runs. You just got to have a player step up here if you're Sanford to try and get the momentum going especially after Indiana came up with another big play with a 2-out bases clearing double in their half of the 6th. Fastball up and in. 1-0. That walk, by the way, credited to Beecham despite coming in with a 2-2 count. Infield looking for the inning-ending double play up the middle. Stretch for Beecham. The 1-0. That's upstairs, 2-0. Cameron Beecham, 5th appearance so far this season, 6 innings, has not allowed an earned run so far this season, so he'll get a strike call in the 2-0, 2-1. Troy Dixon with a single and has lined out to short. The single could score 1, maybe more, as the base is loaded. Stretch for Beecham. Fastball upstairs, 3-1. Cameron Beecham has allowed 4 hits, has walked 4, and struck out 4. Opposing batters with a .211 average against the lefty. Beecham gets his sign, the 3-1. Just low for ball 4 as Samford finally cracks the lid on the scoreboard, as coming home to score T.J. Dixon from third. Going over to third, Kevin Williams Jr. To second base, Austin Edens, as Dixon with his first RBI of the day. And now you've got the tying run and somebody that can tie up the game with one swing of the bat, Ayrton Schaefer, the big right-hander at the plate. Beecham delivers way outside. 1-0. The Hoosiers have a right-hander warming up in the left field bullpen. So this may be, well, if you got a lefty coming up after Schaefer, and Fusey as the 1-0 strike called. Probably we'll see a couple of batters here. For Indiana pitching-wise is Beecham out of the bullpen. Has given up a couple of walks so far, the 1-1. Swing and a miss on a home run cut for Schaefer as he's behind 1-2. Bottom of the 6th inning, 5-1. Now the score in favor of IU. The runners get their lead at every base. Beecham taking his time and now gets his sign. The 1-2. Up and in, 2-2. Jordan Fusey, the man on deck. Sanford in position to get a crooked number in the bottom of the 6th inning. Down 5-1, just 1 out. Stretch for Beecham. The 2-2. Outside, 3-2. 3 walks total in the inning so far. And Sanford's 1 pitch away from possibly getting another walk and another run to score. Still work to be done, however. 3-2 the count. Stretch for Beecham. And the payoff pitch. Swing and a foul ball off to my right. We appreciate you for joining us on YouTube today. Be sure to join us tomorrow if you're not at the ballpark. If you're able to come out, hey, come take in a Samford baseball game here at Jolie Griffin Field. Yes, first pitch will be at noon tomorrow. Stretch and the payoff pitch. Swing and a fly ball to right field, as making the catch will be Sowers, tagging and coming down the line from third to score will be Williams, as a productive out, a sacrifice fly for Schaefer to right field, his first RBI of the day. So Williams scores, Edens to third. 2 outs, as remaining at first base will be Dixon. So you'll take that still if you're Samford University, as that draws Samford to within 3 runs, down 5-2, as Jordan Fusey will represent the tying run, has some home run power as he comes to the plate. Stretch for Beecham. First pitch strike on the outside corner, 0-1. Fusey a line drive single in the 5th, and also popped up to 3rd so far today. The Lexington, Kentucky native looking to add some more runs on the board as he'll take the curveball strike call, 0-2. Beecham looking to finish out the inning, but Samford looking to get a big hit here with 2 outs. The 0-2. Called strike 3 on the fastball. Fusey looking for something off speed, but takes strike 3 call and goes down on strikes. But the Sanford Bulldogs get a couple of runs. 2 runs, just 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left on base. So we're through 6 innings of play, 5-2. Samford trailing Indiana on the Sanford Sports Network.
This is Lauren. These are her first roommates, her first car, and her very first health insurance plan, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. Even at her age, she's not taking her health for granted. Her affordable health plan includes a routine annual checkup, apps, and programs that fit her lifestyle. Lauren may be just starting out, but with us, she's already got peace of mind. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters. Find out how we can cover you for the first time.
Hi, I'm John Imarino, Commissioner of the Southern Conference. With the full cooperation of our presidents and chancellors, the conference has created the SoCon Academic Exchange, a cooperative structure designed to benefit our academic efforts. 3 primary initiatives will be the collaboration of international study programs, a leadership development program to benefit faculty and staff, and an undergraduate research forum. For more information on the SoCon Academic Exchange, visit soconsports.com.
Jared Brasher comes back out for his first full inning of work for the red, white, and blue of Samford U, as Samford comes a couple of runs closer, now down 5-2 as we're in the top of the 7th inning. Indiana sent 7 batters to the plate in their 3-run 6th inning, and they'll have Tony Butler, the 8th batter in the order, due up to lead off the top of the 7th, and takes a fastball at the knees for strike 1. Hobby still the pitcher of record for the Hoosiers. Mikhail Kazanov, the pitcher of record right now for Samford, would take the loss if this score holds up, as the 0-1 missing for ball 1. Pitch on the way. Swung on, hit hard and fair down the left field line, as that'll go all the way to the wall. Tony Butler will stand in with a leadoff double. Both Hobby and Kazanov had their way with both offenses through really the first 5 innings, and now Indiana starting to get some rhythm offensively. They've scored multiple runs, put a crooked number up in 2 of their last 3 at-bats, and looking to extend on their 3-run lead. As Jeremy Houston, big day yesterday with 3 hits. No hits so far in today's outing. 0 for 2 as he has struck out and grounded out. He'll show bunt and takes strike 1 on the outside corner. Top the order due up with Alex Krupa on deck. Stretch for Brasher. And the pitch on the way. Curveball in there for strike 2. 0-2. Brasher, a hard-throwing right-hander, the fastball the specialty, but using some of that curveball and the off-speed selections in his repertoire so far. His outing as a ground ball to the right side, fielded by Edens as he'll step on the bag for the first out of the inning, but just as good as the sacrifices. Houston gets the job done in moving the runner from second to third in Tony Butler. One out as the infield's going to have to come in for the red, white, and blue of Samford U, as we're back to the top of the order in Alex Krupa, who has a double, a run scored, a fly out to right, and a line out to short. So Brasher with his back against the wall, needing some help in the form of a strikeout or an out without a run scoring, as the first pitch low, a tad below the knees. 1-0. Leadoff batter for Indiana has gotten on base 2 consecutive times, both with doubles. Stretch for Brasher, the 1-0. Off-speed pitch, high, 1-1. 5 runs, 7 hits. Once again, no errors for Indiana, as they have yet to commit an error defensively this weekend. Samford, 2 runs, 5 hits, and 1 error. Infield in, the 2-0. Swing and a foul ball off to our left and out of play. Looking ahead to the Samford 7th, they'll have their 8, 9, and 1 batters due up. Indiana looking for just a sacrifice fly with a runner at third. Krupa will swing and fouls one off at the plate, 2-2. Some finals rolling in around the SoCon. ETSU with a 10-8 road victory at FAMU. Appalachian State defeats Western Carolina 7-3. The 2-2 fouled off at the plate. Austin Peay pulling away with a 12-4 lead against Mercer top the 8th inning. Another final as Wright State shuts out Wofford 3-0. George Washington leading VMI 6-2. UNC Greensboro leading UMES 4-1. Line drive at the third baseman Garris as he'll dive back in to the third base bag for the double play. Timely double play if there was one. And couldn't get it at a better time as Garris snags the ball out of the air and then hustles over to third and tags the bag with the glove. So that is an LDP 5U as Krupa retired for the second out, and then Butler for the third out of the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on base. We go to the stretch. Samford still within shouting distance, down 5-2 on the Samford Sports Network.
If you're entering a Division I college or university on or after August 1st of 2016, there are some new academic requirements you need to know.
First, you have to graduate high school within 4 consecutive years from the start of 9th grade. And in those 4 years, you have to pass 16 core courses.
Next, your 16 core courses must be taken in a specific area of study at a specific time during high school.
Your 16 core courses will determine your core GPA, which must be 2.3 or higher to be eligible to practice, compete, or receive an athletic scholarship during your freshman year in college.
10 of those 16 have to be taken before your 7th semester. Those 10 courses are locked in, meaning you can't retake them to improve your GPA.
You must also earn a combined ACT and SAT score that matches your core course GPA on the Division I sliding scale.
It's important to build a team that you can depend on for guidance and support. So go talk to your guidance counselor and ask them to join your team.
We all were in your shoes just a few years ago, so we know what it takes to become a Division I student athlete.
But more importantly, we know what it means to make our dreams become a reality. You can too.
Sanford comes up with possibly their biggest play of the day and of the weekend with that line drive double play from the glove of Taylor Garris at third. James Hardy with you. Samford still has an opportunity down 3 as they scored a couple in the bottom of the 6th inning. Now go to the bottom of the 7th as it's time to flip that scorecard over because the red, white, and blue of Samford U coming to the plate with Mulrine, Garris, and TJ Dixon, the 8, 9, and 1 batters for Casey Dunn's lineup. Beecham back out for Indiana on the hill. Will miss high, ball 1. Mulrine with the single as well as a ground out to short back in the 3rd. The 1-0. Good location on the inside half, 1-1. On the softball diamond, a good game for Sanford softball as Mississippi State trailing the Sanford Bulldogs 1-0. They are in the bottom of the 5th inning. Grounder foul. Not by a whole lot down the 3rd base line. 1-2. Check out who's starting for Mandy Burford's softball team. Taylor DeCellis has allowed just 1 hit, has walked 3, but has not allowed a Mississippi State run just yet as they're in the bottom of the 5th. Swing and a foul ball, 1-2. Infield playing back all the way around, leading off this bottom of the 7th inning as Mulrine will stand in. Hits it hard through the left side for a base hit. Nice job of turning on that 2-strike pitch for Mulrine and pulling it into the 5-6 gap on the infield. Leadoff single is the tying run now on deck for Taylor Garris, who is also looking for his first hit. A strikeout and is also grounded out to the pitcher today. Samford men's basketball getting ready for their 2nd round tournament game in the SoCon tournament up in Asheville against 2nd-seeded Furman. Scott Padgett's squad, the 7th seed this season in the conference tournament. Blake Gardner getting ready for the call as he'll be on in about 45 minutes with the broadcast and the tip-off in approximately an hour. Beecham working his first full inning of work as Mulrine gets the lead off of first base. Strike call as the count goes to 0-1. Got a pinch hitter, by the way, is Grant Colton coming in to pinch hit as he'll take the curveball. Strike 2 call. So Taylor Garris will finish his afternoon 0 for 2. The right-handed batting catcher coming in to pinch hit, Colton will swing and get some contact as he'll fly one into right center field as the right fielder Sowers comes over to make the catch. 1 away as Colton, the pinch hitter, retired. Back to the top of the order in TJ Dixon as he is 1 for 3 with 2 flyouts, a single and a run scored. Lefty against lefty battle. Runner still at first in Mulrine. Bottom of the 7th inning. Beecham will come set. Delivers. Fastball, sharp one on the outside corner. Beecham now 1 full inning with 1 hit allowed. Has a couple of walks and a strikeout as he'll get a strike call in the 0-1, 0-2 the count. Brian Hobby, the starter for IU, 5 1/3 innings pitched, has allowed 5 hits, 2 runs, all earned, with a walk and 2 strikeouts. The 0-2. Pretty good curveball there, but misses a little bit high, 1-2. Also a touch inside as well. Mulrine strides off first with his lead. Beecham with the pitch. Swing and a miss at the curveball. Strike 3 as TJ Dixon goes down on strikes. 2 away for Brandon Fryman, who has walked, flied out to center, and grounded out to third. Around the conference, College of Charleston's shutting out the Citadel 7-0 top the 6th inning. Fryman swings and lines it into center field for the base hit as advancing to second base and now putting the tying run at the plate as Brandon Fryman singles, and we'll bring up Kevin Williams Jr., who leads the team with 4 home runs, and one swing of the bat could tie this up. Samford almost came back from a 7-run deficit, trying to come back from a 5-0 deficit. Scored 2 in the 6th inning and looking for 1 or maybe more as you got the heart of the order. One of the few chances in this game to make something big happen as they got a couple in their last inning. Let's see what happens here. First pitch low for ball 1. You got a home run hitter in Williams Jr. at the plate. Austin Eden certainly capable of the home run on deck. One and 0 the count. Time is called at home plate. George Washington leads the VMI 6-3. Bottom of the 8th inning. Furman and UT Martin about to get underway as the 1-0 called a strike on the outside corner, 1-1. Two away. Runners at first and second base. Beecham comes set. The 1-1. Swung on and fouled back to the screen. 1-2. For KWJ. Pop up to short, a single, and has reached on a fielder's choice and also scored a run. Two outs. Bottom of the 7th inning, stretch for Beecham. His pitch. Swing and a pop-up, right side. Plenty of foul territory, right side is going over, running into the retaining wall. And does he make the catch? Yes, he does. As the first base umpire, Ricky Armstrong, indicates that Lloyd made the catch. And we will have a discussion for Casey Dunn as he goes over to dispute the call. So Matt Lloyd makes a nice grab going over and reaching the ball into the stands and making the catch. As the Sanford base runners have not left the field, Casey Dunn protesting the call, but I don't think he'll be able to get the call overturned, as we'll end the 7th inning with a little bit of controversy as the Indiana Hoosiers maintain their lead. So for Samford in the bottom of the 7th inning, no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left on base. We're through 7, Indiana 5, and Samford 2 on the Sanford Sports Network.
Human beings can be hungry anytime they please. Maybe you messed up and didn't eat enough lunch. Perhaps dinner is very far away. It doesn't matter. Come to Arby's and solve your hunger problems with dollar sliders, cookies, small-size fries, drinks, and shakes, each for $1 from 2 to 5. PM, not AM. Arby's, we have the meats.
I think we should have taken a left at the river.
Tarzan, no. Where Tarzan go?
Tarzan does not know where Tarzan go. Hey, excuse me, do you know where the waterfall is? Waterfall?
No. Me, Tarzan. King of jungle.
Why don't you want to just...
If you're a couple, you fight over directions. It's what you do. If you want to save 15% or more on car insurance, you switch to Geico. It's what you do.
You have to do that right in my ear.
Casey Dunn got a warning from our home plate umpire right when we went to break, disputing the last call, thinking that maybe Indiana's Lloyd at first base might have dropped the ball when trying to reach for that catch and trying to make that catch. But the call stands as we go to the top of the 8th inning. James Hardy with you still. Still an opportunity for Sanford with a couple of more at-bats, but you got to get a couple of goose eggs in the 8th and 9th defensively, however. As we'll flip the lineup card over, regrettably, as Sanford lets a good run-scoring opportunity go by with a goose egg in the bottom of the 7th inning. And it'll be Miller, Didelo, and Sowers due up against Sanford's Jared Brasher as a bouncer to the left side. Throw over to first base in time for the first out of the inning. So it'll be Moulet over at third base now as he comes in defensively for the pinch hitter Grant Colton. Greg Moulet coming on now defensively and gets the 5-3 putout of Luke Miller. The day is done for Garris as far as defensively and offensively, for that matter, for Samford. As coming up now will be Craig Didelo. Had a big day yesterday with 3 hits, but has a hit and a run scored today, 1 for 3. Pitch gets away that time for Brasher for ball 1. Going to the bottom of the 6th inning is Mandy Burford's squad looking for their 3rd win of the season over a power conference opponent, lead Mississippi State 1-0. The 1-0. Just inside with the fastball from Brasher. 2-0 on Didelo. Mandy Burford's squad's already beaten Iowa State and Indiana this season. The 2-0. Up and away, 3-0. Only 5 wins, however, through what's almost their 4th week of the season. Brasher with the 3-0. Outside fastball, ball 4. Didelo on for the 2nd time today. That'll bring up Logan Sowers, who is also 1 for 3. Logan Sowers coming in to today's ball game, just 6 for 36, but had his first home run of the season yesterday. Also with 4 RBIs as he'll bat from the right side. Toss over to first, not in time. Matt Lloyd homered to give Indiana a 2-0 lead in the 4th inning. As the pitch on the way inside with the fastball almost gets to the backstop, but a good grab that time by Mulrine. And the 3-run double from Feynman in the 6th inning gave the Hoosiers a 5-0 lead. Samford scored 2 in the bottom of the 6th inning, and that's your scoring so far. Indiana looking to close out at least a series win with a W today. The 1-0. Curveball in there. 1-1. On a bright, sunny day throughout this weekend. Not just today, as it's been a picture-perfect day at the ballpark. The 1-1 on the way. Runner going from first, a hit and run as it's fouled off back to the screen. Didelo had set his sights on second base. 1-2 the count. Both teams with 7 hits. However, the Hoosiers have made the most of their 7 hits with 3 extra base hits. DeLo does not go. As a foul ball back to the screen, 1-2. We'll be back with you tomorrow for the series finale for Indiana and Samford baseball. I'll be with you tomorrow again. As the 1-2 on the way. Swing and a bouncer, could be 2. Mule throws to second for 1. Dixon to first. And no. Thought his foot might have been off the bag, but it is a 5-4-3 double play. Good job by Austin Edens of keeping that toe on the first base bag, and a good job all the way around of turning that around the horn. Double play. So that'll do it for Indiana in the 8th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base as Jared Brasher does his job from the mound. Now let's see if the offense can follow that up with some runs here in the 8th inning as we'll take the timeout. 5-2 Indiana on the Sanford Sports Network.
By using cheaper ingredients, we've made a lower-cost pizza. Let's all celebrate with a slice.
I'm allergic to triangles, so...
I'm about to go swimming.
Ooh, I just turned vegan.
I'm only kidding. I wouldn't make you eat that.
Just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's better.
That's why all our pizzas are handmade with better ingredients.
Now get a 2-topping pan or large pizza made fresh, only $9.99. That's right, only $9.99.
We're more than a pizza company. We're a pizza family. Papa John's.
The road to Omaha begins in Greenville, South Carolina. The Southern Conference Baseball Tournament comes to Fluor Field May 23rd through 28th. Enjoy some great college baseball with a trip to the NCAA's on the line in a city the New York Times calls one of the top places to go in 2017. Get your tickets to the tournament and book your rooms in that Greenville today. Experience the games. Explore the city.
The Samford Bulldogs hanging around with the Indiana Hoosiers, down 5-2, as Edens, Dixon, and Schaefer will be due up for the red, white, and blue of Samford U. We'll be back with you tomorrow. I'll be back on the play-by-play for tomorrow's series finale. And then my next time to return to the Samford University campus for softball will be on the 14th of March in 10 days, as the Samford softball Dogs will face Western Kentucky for a Tuesday afternoon matinee, not too far from here over at the Samford softball field, just a few steps away from Jolie Griffin Field. Good reminder to take a look also at the Samford baseball schedule coming up, featuring a lot of home games over the next few weeks, as Blake Gardner will have a call for the vast majority of those. In fact, all of those once men's basketball season comes to a conclusion. Austin Edens to the plate. Has walked and is 0 for 2 as he'll take high. Blake Gardner, of course, up in Asheville, North Carolina for the weekend. Hopefully an extended stay for Samford basketball as well. Hit hard into right center field. Has a chance, is going back and looking up, and it is gone over the right center field wall as Austin Edens, with his first round tripper of the season, goes the opposite way and draws Samford a little bit closer, now down 5-3. Mentioned her yesterday. I know whose mama's got to be pretty happy about that one. I know all of us are, though, as Austin Edens goes yard to right center field, right at the right center field scoreboard, as the Samford Bulldogs now down 5-3. First home run of the weekend as well for the red, white, and blue of Samford U. His first hit of the day, as still nobody out. Beecham still out on the mound as a Ground ball through the right side for a base hit for Troy Dixon. As he gets on to first base, and now the tying run to the plate for another power hitter, Ayrton Schaefer, who has a sac fly RBI to write his last time up. I'm looking at Mike Grace off to my right, and I think he may be ready for another long ball here. As the tying run at the plate, bottom of the 8th inning, Samford showing some grit, coming back from a 5-0 deficit. As the first pitch swinging and a fly ball down the right field line, a long run for Sowers as he dives. Does he make the catch? Yes, he does. Give some credit that time to the Webb gem for Sowers in right field as he's able to get the first out of the inning. So one away, Jordan Fusey, 1 for 3. Will step on up. Lefty on lefty battle now as the Sanford Bulldogs trying to battle back. They've been nickel and diming their way back from a 5-0 deficit. Couple of runs on an RBI walk and a sac fly as we'll have time called. And to begin the inning, the Austin Edens Oppo shot to right center. Fastball in there for strike 1. Jordan Fusey at the plate. 1 for 8 coming in against lefties as he'll swing and goes the opposite way to left field, but playable for Krupa. Makes the catch, almost misjudged that fly ball as that'll be the second out of the inning. Thought Krupa was going to have a little bit easier play, ended up having to backhand and almost made it. In fact, did make it a little more difficult than I think it needed to be. But still, it'll go as a simple fly ball. In the box score, 2 away. Anthony Mulrine has had a solid outing from the plate. 2 for 3 so far. 2 for 3 with 2 singles and a ground out. As we'll have time called. Action off to our left in the Indiana bullpen. And let's see if we may have a new pitcher coming into the game. This will be the IU head coach, Chris Lemonis, coming out. Lemonis in his 3rd season as the head coach of the Indiana Hoosiers took IU to an NCAA baseball regional in season number 1 in 2015. 32 wins last year, but shy of an NCAA regional, as we will indeed have a new pitcher. Let's take the timeout, a 1-minute timeout, 5-3. Indiana with the lead, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th on the Sanford Sports Network.
Red 97! Set! Red 97!
Did you say 97?
Yes.
You know, that reminds me of Geico's 97% customer satisfaction rating.
97%?
Helped by Geico's fast and friendly claim service.
Oh yeah, baby. Geico's as fast and friendly as it gets.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Meet Pete and Paul, twins so much alike, friends call them Pete and repeat. But Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama treats them as individuals. Each gets a health insurance plan designed to meet his specific needs. One is a self-employed entrepreneur, the other working for a large company. After all, no 2 customers are alike, especially in Alabama. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Alabama. We cover what matters. Find out how we can cover you.
The 3rd pitcher for the Indiana Hoosiers coming out of the bullpen, second in relief today. As Beecham will exit the ball game for the Crimson and Cream of IU. 2 1/3 innings pitched for him so far. 4 hits allowed with 1 run, just 1 earned as well, with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Troy Dixon over at first base. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning, 5-3 Indiana with the advantage in Game 2 of this 3-game weekend series, and it will be Paulie Milto the right-hander for his second appearance in as many days for IU, wearing their gray sleeveless tops today. It'll be Anthony Mulrine 2 for 3 as he sits safely in both games this weekend in the series. He'll take the first pitch outside for ball 1. Greg Moulet on deck for Samford University. Milto's pitch, swing and a miss. Took the string out of that pitch. 1-1. Samford softball 3 outs away from getting a win over an SEC team. Is 1-0 Mississippi State. Rather, Samford going into the bottom of the 7th inning over in Stark Vegas. 1-1. Low and away. 2-1. Taylor DeCellis working a one-hitter in that one. 5-3 here at Jolie Griffin Field as Samford trying to come all the way back from a 5-run deficit as the 2-1 coming up for Milto. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Indiana pitchers being very effective so far with the curveball and the changeup. 9 hits now for Samford. 3 runs, 9 hits, and an error. Pitch on the way. Low and away as it goes now to, I believe, 3-2. Now I'll just put the third ball on the scoreboard. Advantage Samford here in that you've got a speedy Troy Dixon that can go on the pitch. 2 outs. Tying run at the plate. Milto out of the stretch and pitch. Swinging a high fly ball into center field. Playable, however, as Didolo makes the catch and retires the side. But the Bulldogs get a run on the Austin Edens home run to right center field. 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left on base. So we go to the top of the 9th inning. It's still anyone's ball game. Indiana 5, Samford 3 on the Samford Sports Network. New pitcher for Samford University as we begin the top of the 9th inning. The freshman out of College Park, Georgia, Luke Corbin comes on for his first appearance of the weekend. 5'11", 175 pounds, the left-hander from the Peach State comes in. Corbin will be making what will be so far this season his second appearance of the year. Pitched an inning in his first appearance, walked a couple of batters, but did not give up a hit or a run. As he'll look to, this is a pretty big situation for the young freshman. As his assignment, keep the score where it is and give Samford an opportunity to tie or win the game in the bottom of the 9th inning, as they'll have the 9, 1, and 2 batters looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning. But still got to do your job here. Down 5-3, as Indiana will have Lloyd, Feynman, and Matheny due up. Samford's battled back. They've shown a little bit of character so far in this one, but Still an opportunity to tie or win as the first pitch swing and a miss for Lloyd, who's had a pretty solid day so far. A 2-run homer in the 4th, also reached on an error and scored in the 6th. The 0-1. Line hard right at Fryman, who fields on a tricky hop and throws to first in time. We've seen some great defense so far from Brandon Fryman today. I know offense gets all of our attention as modern-day baseball fans, but you got to give some credit out there, a gold glove effort today for Brandon Fryman, who just fielded. In fact, I almost have to say that's an honorable mention type of play there, just because it's a tricky hop that he fielded easily and then made the throw to first. So 6-3 on the putout. 1 away for Feynman, who's ahead in the count, 1-0. Fryman has gone up the elevator to grab a line drive today as a fly ball to right as Fusey goes back shy of the track and makes the catch. Also, Fryman made a circus throw from deep in the hole at shortstop to end the first inning on Craig Dietelo. I mean, you've got a lot of potential, not just with this team, but just specifically with that young man over at shortstop in one Mr. Fryman. Matheny to the plate as he'll swing first pitch, and he grounds one inside the bag at third. A fair ball down the left field line is rounding first base. And into second with a 2-out double is Jake Matheny. So Corbin quickly with 2 outs now has a runner at second base to have to work around. As we're to the bottom 2 batters of the order, first with the number 8 batter in the lineup, and Tony Butler, the second baseman.
Tony Butler.
So time called as Casey Dunn will hop out of the dugout. Still have the number 8 and 9 batters in the order, and now we're going to have a new pitcher for the red, white, and blue of Sanford U come out. As we've seen, of course, Kazanov start the ball game. Also, Jared Brasher and Luke Corbin will have another pitcher, and we'll tell you who it is after this timeout.
We are the Southern Conference.
And it's on us to stop sexual assault on our college campuses.
To get in the way before it happens.
To get a teammate or friend home safe.
To not blame the victim. We are the Southern Conference.
And it's on us to look out for each other on our campuses.
To not turn a blind eye.
To intervene when something isn't right.
We are the Southern Conference.
And it's on us to stand up.
To step in.
To take responsibility.
We are the Southern Conference, and we take the pledge to stop sexual assault.
It's on us, all of us, to make a difference on our campuses.
Join us and take the pledge to be a part of the solution at itsonus.org.
The right-hander Tanner Cunningham, 5'11", 170 pounds, a senior from right here in the Magic City of Birmingham, comes on to close out the inning for the red, white, and blue of Samford U. The transfer out of Shelton State in my neck of the woods, T-Town, down 20-59 in Tuscaloosa. First appearance this weekend for Tanner Cunningham. This will be for the 2017 season, his 4th appearance of the year. A 2.08 ERA, 4 1/3 innings pitched for the senior. Has allowed 5 hits, given up 4 runs with just 1 earned. 2 walks, and Cunningham still looking for his first strikeout. Opposing batters have a .250 average against him. Jake Matheny with a double before the timeout at second base. Tony Butler now coming up to the plate. Sanford men's basketball about to get underway in about 25 minutes. Sanford softball trying to pull off a win at Mississippi State. Runners at the corners, 1 out, bottom of the 7th inning with Sanford clinging to a 1-0 lead. And that's exactly what Indiana is doing right now, clinging to a 5-3 lead. Trying to come up with what would be an all-important insurance run for them, which is at second base. Stretch and the pitch for Cunningham, low for ball 1. Tony Butler has a pair of doubles as well as a fly out to right field today. 1-0 the count for Cunningham as he comes set. Swing and a miss at the curveball. 1-1. All 5 of Indiana's runs today have come with 2 outs. 14 of their 15 runs this weekend have come with 2 outs. Cunningham trying to shut the door in the 9th, however. Pitch on the way. Swing and a foul ball goes past the third base coach's box. 1-2. And a little thing here as far as just executing and getting out of the 9th inning if you're Samford. Don't have to have this spectacular play, which we've seen defensively so far in this one. Cunningham will fake the throw back to second base. Also, we've seen the only error of the game that has resulted in 3 unearned runs in the 6th inning. That's been the difference so far. 1-2, 2 outs. Cunningham's pitch. Called strike 3. Cunningham does his job. Comes on to get the strikeout and to close the door in the 9th inning. So Samford needs 2 to tie and 3 for the win. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and a runner left on base. The Samford Bulldogs will bring up the 9-1-2 batters, so hang tight. Going to the bottom of the 9th inning with Samford down 2, 5-3.
By using cheaper ingredients, we've made a lower cost pizza. Let's all celebrate with a slice.
I'm allergic to triangles, so...
I'm about to go swimming.
Ooh, I just turned vegan.
I'm only kidding. I wouldn't make you eat that.
Just because it's cheaper doesn't mean it's better.
That's why all our pizzas are handmade with better ingredients. Now get a 2-topping pan or large pizza made fresh, only $9.99. That's right, only $9.99.
We're more than a pizza company. We're a pizza family. Papa John's.
Bottom of the 9th inning, Samford has battled back from a 5-0 deficit as they're down 5-3. They need 2 to tie and 3 to tie up the series as we're in the bottom of the 9th, last at bat in regulation for the red, white, and blue of Samford U. It'll be Moulet, TJ Dixon, and Brandon Fryman due up. As it's do or die in this one now. With 3 outs left for Samford offensively, as Indiana trying to clinch the series win on the road. Part of a 12-game road swing to open up the regular season for Indiana. Milto's first pitch to Moulet, strike call 0-1. This will be the first at bat for Moulet in the game after coming on defensively for Grant Colton, the pinch hitter. Swings and misses. 0-2. Moulet, a junior, 5'8", 180 out of Mandeville, Louisiana. The 0-2. Takes outside. 1-2. Moulet with his 9th at-bat of the season, 2 for 8 in his first 8 at-bats. Milto out of the wind, the 1-2. Check swing foul. 1-2 still. Moulet with a double in the series finale last Sunday at Florida State. A hit here would put the tying run at the plate for the top of the order. The 1-2. Fly ball right side, that will slice out of play. Mississippi State on the softball diamond ties it up at 1, but Sanford gets out of trouble with the bases loaded and just 1 out to force extra innings in Starkville. Sanford trying to pull out a come-from-behind win on the baseball diamond here. 1-2 the count on Moulet. Grounder left side, fielded by Miller as he'll throw across the diamond. A low throw gets away as Moulet will reach as the leadoff batter. Not always the spectacular play, mind you, but sometimes it's just a matter of the pennies, nickels, and dimes adding up over time and just accomplishing the little things over and over. And that time, Miller had a routine throw across the diamond, albeit a long throw from third, but just wasn't able to come up with an accurate throw, so an E5. First error of the day and of the weekend for Indiana defensively that had been steady in the field this weekend. TJ Dixon to the plate, 1 for 4 with a single and a run scored as he takes the fastball for strike 1. A lot of room on the right side of that infield as the middle of the infield looking for the double play, and Lloyd holding the runner Moulet over at first. Swing and foul ball down the third base line. 0-2 to TJ Dixon. Samford has scored 3 unanswered runs after falling behind 5-0 through 5.5. Paulie Milto comes set, and he fires low in the dirt. A good stop by Matheny behind home plate. 1-2. Brandon Fryman on deck for the red, white, and blue of Samford U. Stretch and pitch. Swing and a foul ball to the left side. 1-2. Now the shadows come into play in the outfield, as most of the outfield, except for a portion of the right field line, in shadows. The 1-2. Swing and a high fly ball to shallow center field is coming in, and making the grab will be Didolo. 1 away for Brandon Fryman, who has singled, walked, flied out to center, as well as grounded out to third. Indiana looking to go over 500 as they are 4-4-1 on the year. Samford just 3-5 as Fryman, standing tall at the plate, swings and misses for strike 1. Still need base runners, however, for Samford. Tying run at the plate, but you got the power hitters right behind Fryman. Swing and a grounder through the left side for the base hit. And now you've got a big, fat, golden opportunity coming up as Fryman gets on base with a single. Moulet to second base. And now you've got the team's leading home run hitter with Kevin Williams Jr. with 4 home runs, and Austin Edens on deck, who's already homered today. This would be a big, big win on the year if Sanford can pull out a come-from-behind victory, as now the tying run is on base. For a young team, if they can pull this out, would be very, very big as far as a learning experience going forward. Milto taking his time out on the mound as he'll look to Matheny, the catcher, and gets the sign. Pitch on the way as it's a swing and a miss. Williams wanted to clear the bases and end this one. Comes up empty. Kevin Williams Jr. with the single earlier in the game, back in the fourth inning. One out. Tying run at first base, and Brandon Fryman. Moulet at second. The 0-1. Off-speed pitch, low, 1-1. Now you've got a little energy in the ballpark now, as something exciting could happen here, depending on what Kevin Williams Jr. does. Stretch for Milto. The 1-1. Swing and a fly ball to left field. This has a chance. It is gone over the left field wall. The Sanford dugout explodes as Kevin Williams Jr. unloads the bases and wins it for the red, white, and blue of Sanford Youth, thanks to his 5th home run of the season, a 3-run homer to give the Bulldogs a 6-5 win. You could feel it in the crowd, folks, as they sensed something was going to happen, and it certainly did today, as the Sanford Bulldogs pull out a comeback down 5-0 going into the bottom of the 6th inning. The Sanford Bulldogs score 6 unanswered runs, and thanks to 2 home runs, including that 3-run shot, the Sanford Bulldogs even up the series as they look for the series win tomorrow at noon. Let's catch our breath, take a timeout, and we'll begin our postgame after this timeout on the Sanford
If you're entering a
Sports
Division I college or university on or after August 1st of 2016, there are some new academic requirements you need to know.
First, you have to graduate high school within 4 consecutive years from the start of 9th grade. And in those 4 years, you have to pass 16 core courses.
Next, your 16 core courses must be taken in a specific area of study at a specific time during high school.
Your 16 core courses will determine your core GPA, which must be 2.3 or higher to be eligible to practice, compete, or receive an athletic scholarship during your freshman year in college.
10 of those 16 have to be taken before your 7th semester. Those 10 courses are locked in, meaning you can't retake them to improve your GPA.
You must also earn a combined ACT and SAT score that matches your core course GPA on the Division I sliding scale.
It's important to build a team that you can depend on for guidance and support. So go talk to your guidance counselor and ask them to join your team.
We all were in your shoes just a few years ago, so we know what it takes to become a Division I student athlete.
But more importantly, we know what it means to make our dreams become a reality. You can too.
A 6-5 victory for the red, white, and blue of Sanford U, as the red, white, and blue flies high over Jolie Griffin Field thanks to an incredible comeback on this beautiful Saturday afternoon from the campus of Samford University in the Magic City. And Kevin Williams makes some magic happen today thanks to a 3-run walk-off homer to left field, a line drive shot that quickly left the ballpark just as quick as it left the bat of KWJ. James Hardy with you. An exciting ball game today, as it was once again kind of a tale of 2 ball games early on, a pitcher's duel and a defensive exhibition for both teams. As Brandon Fryman, we chronicled throughout this game a great defensive game for Sanford, making 3 really great defensive plays, really. It was a good game by both teams also. 8 hits for Indiana as they got out to a 5-0 lead thanks to a 2-run home run in the 4th inning for Matt Lloyd, a 3-run bases clearing double for Ryan Feynman. But we talked about at the beginning of this ball game, how would this young Sanford team respond after getting hit in the mouth in Game 1, and the importance of them needing to show some grit, character, and resilience, and that's exactly what Casey Dunn's Samford Bulldogs showed today, coming back from a 5-0 deficit to pull out a gutty 6-5 victory, as we're awaiting our official game totals for today's ball game. Unofficially, from the mound, Mikhail Kazanov, a no decision, 5 2/3 innings pitched with the start, allows 6 hits, 5 runs, 2 of those earned, gave up 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Jared Brasher, 2 1/3 innings pitched out of the bullpen, 1 hit allowed, did not give up a run, walked 1 and struck out 1. Luke Corbin came on for 2/3 of an inning, allowed 1 hit, no runs with no walks and no strikeouts. And Tanner Cunningham only had to face a batter to get the win today. 1/3 of an inning, struck out his only batter faced. Today as Tanner Cunningham goes to 1-0. Offensively, 4 players for the red, white, and blue of Sanford U with multiple hit days. Brandon Fryman, Kevin Williams Jr., Troy Dixon, and Anthony Mulrine with another solid day as we have our official totals for today's game. 6 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error for Samford. 5 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error for Indiana. Kevin Williams Jr., of course, the big star today offensively, 2 for 5 with that 3-run walk-off homer and 2 runs scored. Austin Edens also got in the act on the long ball with his first home run of the season. Kevin Williams Jr. with his 5th homer, by the way, for Samford. Looking at the opposite dugout for Indiana, 5 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. From the mound, Brian Hobby pitched well today, but got a no decision. 5 1/3 innings pitched, gives up 5 hits, 2 runs, both earned with a walk and 2 strikeouts. Coming out of the bullpen, Cameron Beecham with a solid outing. 2 1/3 innings pitched, gave up 4 hits, 1 run that was earned with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. Paulie Milto with 2/3 of an inning pitched, gives up 2 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned with no walks and no strikeouts. From the plate today, Alex Krupa 1 for 4 with a run scored. Craig Didolo 1 for 3 with a run scored. Luke Miller 0 for 3 but scored a run. Logan Sowers 1 for 4. Matt Lloyd was 1 for 4 with 2 RBIs and 2 runs scored thanks to his first homer of the year. Ryan Feynman 1 for 4, 3 RBIs. Tony Butler was 2 for 4. And Jake Matheny 1 for 4 for IU. A final look at the Samford offensive totals as TJ Dixon was 1 for 5 with a run scored. Brendan Fryman 2 for 4 with a run scored. Also, Jordan Fusey 1 for 4. Arrington Schaefer with a sac fly RBI as he was 0 for 3. Troy Dixon 2 for 3 with an RBI. Austin Edens 1 for 3 with a run scored. And Kevin Williams Jr. with the 3-run homer, 2 for 5, total 2 runs scored and 3 RBIs. The winner today, Tanner Cunningham, 1-0 his record, and Paulie Milto with his first loss of the season drops to 0-1. No save in today's ball game. 2 hours and 48 minutes our time at the game with 410 fans in attendance at Jolie Griffin Field. Home runs, Matt Lloyd his first, Austin Edens for Samford his first, and Kevin Williams Jr., a team leading and close to, if not at the top of the SoCon, with 5 home runs on the season. Indiana falls to 4-5-1, and Samford improves to 4-5 by scoring the final 6 unanswered runs of today's ball game. As we close out today's broadcast with a picture-perfect sunset off to our right in the horizon on the western sky here in the Magic City, as magic happens for your red, white, and blue of Samford U, with Kevin Williams Jr. ending this one, a 3-run rocket shot to left field. Before we go, Samford and Mississippi State battling in a good one in Starkville on the softball diamond. Tied up at 1, top of the 9th inning now over in Starkville. as Lauren Lewis for the Samford Bulldogs leading off the top of the ninth for the red, white, and blue of Samford U on the softball diamond. Around the SoCon today, on the baseball diamond, Appalachian State beats Western Carolina in Greenville, North Carolina, 7-3. ETSU wins at FAMU, 10-8. Austin P over Mercer, 14-4. Wright State with a 3-0 shutout win against Wofford. It was George Washington 6 and VMI 5. UNCG defeats Maryland Eastern Shore 4-2. Top of the 8th inning, College of Charleston having their way with the Citadel 10-0, and they're underway in Greenville, South Carolina for the first pitch invitational as Furman leads UT Martin 2-0. I know we're capping off an exciting game. Knock on wood, folks, because Blake Gardner, our good buddy, getting ready for a big SoCon second-round tournament game up in Asheville. I know I'd be ready for the call. I know he's ready for the call as well. As Samford and Scott Padgett's squad getting ready to face second-seeded Furman up in Asheville, North Carolina for the second round of the SoCon men's basketball tournament. You can hear Blake and what will be a good play-by-play call, as he'll have the action on the Sanford Sports Network on the men's basketball home here in the Magic City, 91-1 the game, as you can tune over right after I'm about to get done here for the call of Samford and Furman on the men's basketball floor. Our broadcast tomorrow begins at 11:55 in the morning. We'll have what will be the rubber match of Samford and Indiana on the baseball diamond, as for Indiana, the starting pitcher has not been announced coming into this weekend. Still a TBA. As for Samford, Stephen Jones expected to go. For Casey Dunn, 0-1 with a 9.39 ERA. It was an exciting day today, and I was happy to be a part of it. I know that Matt was happy to be a part of it. Our producer, Matt Waters, our producer for the Sanford Sports Network for today, handling things behind the laptop to my right. And for all of our folks, our Sanford students, Caleb, as well as the rest of our crew, Mike Grace, our executive producer. It was an exciting ball game. We hope you join us again. 11:55 airtime, noon first pitch tomorrow. One of these two teams will win the series, as Sanford comes up with a gritty, gutty win today to tie up the series. 6-5 Sanford with the victory. For all of our fine folks, this is James Hardy saying so long and a good evening from the Magic City as Sanford makes magic happen on a Saturday afternoon with a 6-5 victory over the Indiana Hoosiers, as you've been watching the red, white, and blue of Sanford U on the Sanford Sports Network.